Welcome to Stetson Law Live, an online, interactive, informational event webcasting from the virtual studio of Stetson University College of Law. Your host today, Director for International Programs, J.R. Swanegan, and his guest, Manager of International Programs, Velaine Paryzek. Our topic today, the LL.M. in International Law.
J.R. Swanegan, Director of International Programs at Stetson University College of Law. I'm joined today by Velaine Paryzek, the Manager of our International Programs Office at Stetson University College of Law. We're looking forward to talking to you today about our International LL.M. program and our Advanced 2-Year JD program for foreign attorneys, and hope that we can answer your questions along the way about an outstanding program and an outstanding institution. Thanks again for joining us today. And before we start the program, I'd like to also remind you that if you do have questions along the way, please type those questions in and we will try to answer those as we go. But we'll also have an opportunity to answer those questions at the end of the session this afternoon. With that, I'd like to start with information about our International Law LL.M. We have two opportunities available for our International Law LL.M. an International Law Studies LL.M., and an emphasis in either International Environmental Law or International Business Law. With both of these programs, they are a 1-year in-residence program. They require 24 credit hours that you would receive during that year in residence, and I'll tell you more about each of those programs. With the International Law Studies program, you have the flexibility to tailor your curriculum. With the 24 credit hours that you receive, you'll take 4 mandatory courses, and you can see the mandatory courses listed on your screen. An Introduction to U.S. Legal Systems, a U.S. Legal Research and Writing course, a course in International Law, and also a course in International Litigation and Arbitration. The remainder of the courses that you'll take during this time will be a la carte. You'll be able to select and tailor the courses in the way that give you the most benefit in what it is that you'd like to do with your International LL.M. And another additional interesting aspect of this program is that we do provide internships for our students during the spring semester of each year. Our International Law LL.M. emphasis is a new program that we've initiated this year. It allows for an opportunity to team teach courses. It allows for you to participate on competition teams, research and write in areas of interest with a dedicated faculty mentor, and engage in small discussion groups. Our two specific areas of concentration are International Environmental Law and International Business Law. With each of these, you'll receive one-on-one advising and mentorship by one of our internationally and nationally recognized faculty mentors. There's also a 2-week U.S. Legal Systems course and orientation where you'll be associated with the other International LL.M. students as you work your way through the program. With both of these programs, we think that it's really beneficial, and one of the highlights of the program is that we integrate you with our Stetson legal community, with the students that are in the JD programs, international students that are with us through exchange programs. So it's really important to us that although you're an international student and you're participating in our programs and working through the LL.M. as a cohort, that you also be able to take advantage of all of the unique opportunities provided by our broader law school community. And we look forward to being able to allow for you to do that over the course of your time and your year here with us. With the first emphasis area, the International Environmental Law area, we have Professor Roy Gardner, who serves as the mentor. He is the chair of the scientific advisory body for the Ramsar Convention and the director of our internationally recognized Institute for Biodiversity. If you were selected into this program, you would work with Professor Gardner on the International Environmental Moot Court Competition, where the finals are hosted each year on Stetson's campus. And we have multiple teams from around the world participating in this very prestigious competition. You would work closely with Professor Gardner to develop the problem for the International Environmental Moot Court Competition. You would work with him in researching in the areas of biodiversity and environmental law, and again, an amazing opportunity to work in a one-on-one basis with an outstanding faculty member. Our other very interesting international emphasis is the business law emphasis, where you would mentor with our Associate Dean, Kristen Adams. She currently serves as the Vice Chair of the ABA Business Law section of the UCC Committee, the Uniform Commercial Code Committee, has significant experience in the areas of commercial litigation and intellectual property. Again, working in a one-on-one capacity or two-on-one capacity with a faculty member, and the opportunities to be able to team teach courses, to be able to do advanced research and even assist in writing papers with those faculty members. This is a very unique opportunity for our international students and students participating in our international LL.M to have a mentor that will work with you over the course of the year, but also a mentor that will work with you throughout the course of your career. I'd like to turn it over to Velaine momentarily to talk about our application process and how you would ultimately apply for the International Law LL.M. With that, Velaine.
Yes, thank you, JR. The LL.M and International Law application is available on our website. You have two methods to apply. You can use the online application, or you can use a downloadable PDF application. The online application is through the Law School Admissions Council. It's better known as the LSAC. You will submit all of your documents directly to LSAC, who in turn will send all of your documents back to Stetson electronically, including your evaluated translated credentials. There is a fee for this service. They do charge you a fee for the evaluation and translation of your credentials. The other version you can use is our downloadable PDF. You simply have to go to the website, click on it, download, print, simply write your application, submit it to Stetson with all of your supporting documentation, including your official transcripts from all colleges and universities you have attended. Your transcripts must be translated into English if they are not in English, and they must be translated and evaluated by a professional evaluation service such as WES or Joseph Silney are two common programs. But more information about that is on our application and our website. If you're applying for the emphasis program in international law with an emphasis in the international business or the international business law, you are required to submit an additional 1,200 word statement of your interest in the areas of international environmental or business law. Once we have all of your documents gathered together here at Stetson, it's ready for the admissions committee, which is forwarded on to them, and you can expect a decision within about a 2-week period or less, and we notify you immediately. The next step is once you're accepted into the program, then we can begin the preparation of any immigration forms that are needed for student visas. And important to note that with students on visas, you must attend full-time, and that is 12 credits for the LL.M program. Most students will take 12 credits in the first semester, their fall, and 12 credits in their second semester, spring, for a total of the 24 credits needed to graduate.
And if I can just add, again, as a reminder, the TOEFL score requirement is an 88 IBT,
Yes.
and the IELTS score requirement is a 6.5. With both of those requirements, we do offer some flexibility, and we'll work with students if they're close, but those are the sort of entry-level requirements for language skills in our program. I'd also like to add the importance of both the personal statement and the letters of reference. I think these are the opportunities where you're able to set yourself apart as a student. Oftentimes we don't get to meet you in advance of the application or of your application coming into our program. So it's a way to be able to develop you out as a person. We look at each application holistically, meaning it's very important to us that you have a very good academic record, but we also like to account for the things that you've participated in, whether it's been work experience, whether it's been volunteer experience, whether it's been outside extracurricular experience. Those are important things to help us understand why it is, what you're about as a person. It's also very important to us to understand why you're interested in Stetson law and why you're interested in the LL.M program specifically. We want to be able to assist you from the outset with your career aspirations and work with you closely to be able to make sure that we keep you on the right track. But the only way that we're able to do that from the beginning is to know that is to have a robust personal statement, to have a robust 2 letters of recommendation that really reflect on you and your dedication, your work ethic and experience. It's less important for us to receive letters of recommendation from faculty members who don't know you or individuals with big titles but don't really have an experience working with you. From the admissions committee perspective, we're much more interested in understanding, again, your dedication, your work ethic, your pursuit of your academics, and someone who can speak to those areas is more important to us than someone with a big title. The next slide that comes up you see here is our costs and scholarships. Stetson right now runs about $19,400 per semester. We have scholarships available, and I'll back up. I know that oftentimes with our international students that this is a bit of a jarring kind of cost. And so the tuition cost for an academic year is roughly $40,000 per year. We do have scholarships available for outstanding students, and there's a scholarship application that you can find on our website as well. With the scholarship application, you'll be required to submit an essay. Again, it will be submitted with the materials it can be submitted with your application materials. And as a part of our pool, we will consider students based on financial need and academic merit. So we do look to sort of draw the cost down in any way we can to be able to cover the cost of ultimately what will be an outstanding academic and educational experience for you. Another thing that makes our program very unique is the student support that we provide. So you can see some pictures here on the top, my top right. I don't know if it's your top right as well, maybe your top left, but is a picture of our dean and some of the students in our international LL.M program this year visiting a football game at our DeLand campus, our undergraduate campus. It's very important to us to build in cultural activities for you during the course of your year here with us in St. Petersburg, Florida, in the Tampa Bay area, and also educational and legal field trips into the program. So we take our students to football games. We took a group of students earlier this semester to Disney World, which is only about an hour and a half away in Orlando. So even if you're not necessarily in the age demographic that's typical of Disney, I can assure you that we had a group of 25 to 30 adults that had Mickey Mouse ears and had a great time in Disney. You never outgrow the fun of that experience. We provide leadership seminar series, so an opportunity to have leaders in the field of law, in the field of business, come in and speak to you as students, tell you about their story and their path, and ultimately share with you their experiences so that you might be able to model yourself in a similar way. We have an academic success team that provides academic success workshops, but also allows for you to be able to work one-on-one to ensure that you're achieving the goals and the standards that you set for yourself in our program. In these workshops and with this team, you can learn how to take a law school exam, how to write a paper, and these are things that are very unique to the U.S. law school experience. So again, we provide the resources to ensure that you can be successful in the area, in the most important area during your time with us, with your education. And then, as I said, we certainly provide the cultural activities, and St. Petersburg and the Tampa Bay area have no shortage of cultural and legal activities that would be available. We like to take our students to visit one of the jails to see how the criminal justice system works in the U.S. We take our students out to see a hearing at our Court of Appeals and be able to have an opportunity to meet with judges and learn how they make decisions in our U.S. legal in our U.S. legal system. Give you the opportunity to ask them questions and in a small one-on-one type environment. We also take our students again to baseball games in the area, to football games. And it's important to note that when you're choosing a place that you might be interested in spending the next year, it's very important to know that St. Petersburg is a great community, but in addition to that, our community at Stetson is a very vibrant community, and a community that opens itself up to you in many ways. If you're interested in sport, we have a number of intramural activities that are available for students. We've got football field, basketball field, soccer field as we call it here in the U.S. that's different, slightly different than a football field. We have a swimming pool on campus that's a beautiful swimming pool. It's an outdoor pool that you can access and use almost 9 months a year because the weather here is so outstanding. You're eligible to participate in our student organizations on campus. So again, it goes back to the discussion that's very important to us, that as an international LL.M student, you're part of a small cohort of students, typically between 15 and 20 students a year, that you'll work through your year with. But it's also important to us that you know that when you're with us during that time, we want you to have a legitimate and true law school experience, joining student organizations, participating in pro bono work, and understanding what a law school community is like. I think this benefits you in any number of ways, but one of the greatest benefits is the opportunity to be working with outstanding JD students who you'll build a network with, that you will establish and work with through the course of your career. So these are all important factors when you're choosing where you'd like to spend a year and what you'd like to do in earning an international LL.M. One of the important things, and maybe one of the most important things about moving in this direction, is what options might be available to you from a career standpoint. We have a career services office on our campus that works with the students in our LL.M program to provide guidance on resumes, to provide guidance on interviews, and also to provide guidance from the perspective of where there may be available jobs, whether the ultimate goal is to return to your home country or leave the U.S., or the ultimate goal would be to stay and work in the U.S. But I've listed a number of different areas where we've had LL.M students that have had a significant amount of success working in the past, and you can see that we've had students work for the United Nations, in immigration law, do business consulting. So it's an opportunity to, again, really develop out an academic and professional credential with a number of opportunities available to you. An additional thing is you see a picture here of one of our faculty members, Charlie Rose, teaching in one of our 7 courtrooms on campus. As I had stated with our international law LL.M, it's important to note that you only have 4 required courses, but Stetson is well known, consistently ranked as the best in the United States, and I think secondarily and internationally in the area of advocacy. And what that means is your skills of persuasion, your skills of communication, having the ability to be able to stand in front of a group and bring them closer to your ideals and your side. So whether your ultimate goal is to be a trial attorney in the U.S. or your home country is not as important as being able to take advantage of the opportunity that's available to you with a faculty that's recognized as the best in our country at teaching these skills of persuasion. I always encourage our students to take the opportunity to take advantage of the chance to take a trial practice class, take a negotiation and mediation class, participate in our VIS moot court team. We've had international students and our LL.M students that take the VIS class. It's an international arbitration competition that it rotates on an annual basis between Vienna and Hong Kong every year. And we've sent international LL.M students who compete in that program and have won that competition internationally previously. So again, it's an opportunity for you as a student to be able to draw yourself in to our community and learn from the best and brightest in the community. Stetson LL.M students come from over 52 countries. You see a list here that's not an expansive list, and the list continues to grow on an annual basis, but we've had students that have been successful from really all corners of the world, including students that join us each year from the U.S. But the list continues to grow, and we would look forward to welcoming you to our program in the future. If you're interested in the bar exam, this is always an area of interest for our international students. So if your goal would be ultimately to practice law in the United States, we are very unique at Stetson in the sense that we have a 2-year JD program. This is typically a 3-year program for U.S. students, but we will honor your home degree, your home law degree, and waive the requirements of 1 year of the JD. We also do not require an LSAT. So we are one of a very small group of institutions in the U.S., approximately 10 or less institutions, that has a 2-year JD program and does not require that you have an LSAT. If you're interested in that program, I would encourage you again to check out the Stetson Law website and go directly to the JD portion of the webpage, where you'll get more information on how to apply directly to us as a foreign attorney. And then finally, we've touched on this briefly, but the Tampa Bay area, again, Florida is a great destination. I expect that many of you know, that many of you have heard of Florida or visited Florida. But just as a reminder, we are approximately 10 minutes from multiple beaches. We have multiple sports teams in the area: a baseball, American baseball team, American football team. We have a semi-professional soccer team in the area, and also a hockey team in the area. So there are plenty of opportunities. It's a beautiful area where the weather is really outstanding for most all of the year, and again, an area that you might very much enjoy during the course of your studies in an outstanding academic program, but also an outstanding location with plenty to do. I will say specifically to our Stetson community, Stetson Law is located in a residential area. If you're interested in housing through Stetson, we work with our international students to be able to provide housing either on the campus, and you can see sort of over my shoulders that this would be reflective of some of the housing that would be available on our campus in the residential or suite style housing for students. We also own multiple houses where you could live with other students in the LL.M program or other JD students. And then there are options if you prefer to live in the Tampa area or outside of the area that Stetson manages itself. There would be opportunities to do that as well, and we can work with you to be able to find those accommodations. Again, it's a great place to be, and we would welcome you with open arms to our program. If you have questions, there will be an additional opportunity after a short video to answer any questions that you have. Otherwise, please contact either myself, J.R. Swanegan, or Velaine Paryzek to ask us additional questions, and we look forward to working with you and partnering with you soon. With that, Stan, if I could have you pull up the video. We will be back after this video to answer any additional questions that that you might have, and we'll work with you again after this 5-minute video. Thank you.
I would recommend a Stetson LL.M International Law program because of its variety of courses that they taught, and especially because most of them are taught by professors that has a very nice experience in international law that makes more real and more interesting the classes.
I would recommend Stetson International LL.M program because of individuality of a program. This course is able to adjust all the needs of the students, and it gives me opportunity to combine my theoretical knowledge with practical experiences.
I would recommend Stetson's LL.M program in international law for many reasons. Professors are great. It's obvious that they want that everyone and each of us succeed. They are always available for us if we have questions or concerns. They are available in person, by email, even by phone.
Well, I will recommend the LL.M program in international law of Stetson because it allows you to get deep knowledge about a specific field of law in which you want to practice in. So I really appreciate the fact that you can specialize in one specific field of law since an international perspective.
The most meaningful highlight in my experience in LL.M International Law program was the opportunity of being in classes with JD students and also with international students from the LL.M that give me the opportunity of sharing ideas and legal systems perspective in all the classes.
The most meaningful highlight of my Stetson LL.M program experience was to be a part of a Viz Moot Court team and having opportunity to work with professors which are coaching one of the best teams in the world, and then have opportunity to arbitrate in a practical Viz Moot competition.
The most meaningful highlight of my Stetson experience, it's definitely the practical aspects, because an LL.M at Stetson University is a lot more than just study. we can actually practice what we learn in class. For that, we can participate to legal pro bono, we can be volunteer to help environment, people or animals in the area. We can also do clinic or internship and get credit for it.
The most meaningful highlight of my experience in Stetson was definitely the people, the faculty, the staff. Every single worker of Stetson is a great person that it's always willing to help you in your learning process. So their genuine interest to help the foreign student.
My Stetson LL.M international program experiences prepare me for my practical life in a way of giving me time and supporting me in my extracurriculum activities, in giving me opportunity to attend so many conferences and other meetings with the professionals, having opportunity to talk to people from a practical legal field.
The LL.M at Stetson University will definitely help me for my future life after law school, because Stetson University is a professional school. As soon as we got here, professors, they consider us not just as students, they consider us as responsible adults. So they help us and give us advices in order for us to succeed. But if we want to succeed, we need to work hard and be responsible. So in that sense, I believe the LL.M at Stetson University is already a step in the professional life.
The LL.M program experiences prepare me for life after law school because they allow me to understand the cultural and legal differences that exist between the different legal systems.
The Stetson LL.M international program experience prepare me for life in many ways, especially in the opportunity that I have of being in classes and learn not only international law but also U.S. legal system. And now I think that I will have the opportunity of being with two backgrounds, not only the one that I learned in my country but also the one that I learned here in Stetson University.
It's a great program and I highly recommend it.
Okay, welcome back. We do have a couple questions, and JR will answer the first one. The question was, can I sit for the New York bar after graduation?
It's a great question, and a question that our students very often have when considering an international LL.M. We would encourage you to sit for our 2-year JD program or apply for the 2-year JD program if your goal is to sit for any bar exam in the U.S. and practice law in the U.S. The reason being is the 2-year JD program is very structured in the sense that it tests you in the areas of bar-tested courses. You're taking courses very specific to U.S. legal systems and U.S. law that will ultimately be tested on any bar exam. Additionally, it allows for you to sit for the bar exam in any state. The bar is the barrier to entry for practicing law in the U.S. With an LL.M, you're eligible only to sit for the bar exam in a handful of states, and with the 2-year JD, you can select the state that you'd be interested in. Additionally, Stetson has an outstanding bar passage rate, and you would be amongst the group of JD students that would be in that category of having success on the bar exam. So although we would not preclude you from sitting for the bar exam with an LL.M or an international LL.M at Stetson, we encourage students interested in practicing law or sitting for a bar exam to pursue and apply for the 2-year JD. We look at the LL.M at Stetson as an academic and professional credential that can be used in any number of areas, but it's not most appropriate in our institution for sitting for any bar exam.
Okay, the second question is there an American law LL.M program at Stetson? JR, do you want to answer that?
Sure. So there is no specifically named American law LL.M at Stetson, but the beauty of our international law LL.M is that there are 4 required courses that we discussed previously. The U.S. Legal Systems course, which gives you an overview of American and U.S. law. The U.S. Legal Research and Writing that teaches you strategies and methods for writing and research in U.S. law. and then allows for you the opportunity to be able to select from the menu of courses that are available at Stetson, so you can tailor your course load to your areas of interest. So although there is no specific American law LLM, there is an opportunity for you to be able to tailor the courses in a way that you think would be most beneficial.
Okay, we have another question. What type of scholarship can an international student apply for? I can help with that question, and there are several opportunities. As a student on a visa, there's every fall, the new incoming class, there's a scholarship application available for you to apply for some scholarship funds. They become available every fall. The application's available now on our website. It's due by April 1st. That can provide help with your tuition. That's one form of scholarship. For those that might be on a different immigration status, there's possibility that you can apply for a loan with possible co-signer helping you. And then in addition to that, there's multiple websites that help international students find resources to help study in the United States. It's not easy. You have to do a little work and a little research to find those, but they are out there. But again, the scholarship information is available on our website, and the application's downloadable format, so you can mail that application in with your application to the LL.M program itself. And we have an additional question. Can international students find the possibility to litigate in the United States after completing the program?
Well, one of the amazing things about our program, as we discussed prior, is our reputation in the area of advocacy. So as an LL.M student, you'd be able to participate in those courses designed around the skills of litigation. You'd be able to utilize one of the 7 courtrooms that are available on our campus. You'd be video recorded, and you'd have the opportunity to review your performance along with our outstanding and internationally and nationally recognized faculty. So again, almost from the start of your experience with us here at Stetson, you have the opportunity to take courses in the areas of advocacy. You have the opportunity to try out for one of our many teams that focus in the areas of advocacy, and learning the skills of litigation if ultimately that's your end goal. So with that, I think that it's an amazing experience to be able to gain additional skills in the areas of litigation and advocacy. It looks like that's the end of our questions, and we appreciate you spending the half hour with us today. Applications opened on November 1st, and as Velaine stated previously, we deal with applications on a rolling basis. So again, we look forward to welcoming you to our International LL.M program or to the 2-year JD program beginning next semester in the fall of 2015. If you have any additional questions, please contact us through the website or through our email addresses specifically. And again, we look forward to working with you in the coming days. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Stetson Law Live. For more information, send us an email or give us a call. For your convenience, our contact information will remain on screen for the next few minutes. Be sure to check our homepage often for news, information, and updates. Thanks again. We look forward to hearing from you soon.